Hello, sports fans, and welcome to another edition of Scott Sports 101. I'm Scott Trella. We're going to talk Guardians, CAVS, we'll talk Browns in the NFL draft, and we'll talk the NBA playing tournament, and we'll do the Major League and NBA and the scoreboards for both of that and the NBA. But first, we'll get to all that. But first, here is today's Scott Sports 101 trivia question: Who was the first Major League Baseball player to hit a home run from both sides of the plate in the same inning? I'll have the answer later on the podcast. Um, First of all, welcome to my brand new set here. We're on a brand new set because I moved into a one-bedroom apartment here in the South Building of Sherry Park Apartments, and uh, this is much more spacious, and it was a lot smaller on our previous set, but now we have a lot more room. I do have, and so this is the set you're going to see. And I'm christening it tonight, but this is the first podcast I'm doing on it. So welcome to this new set. And right now we're going to get to the Guardians. In the grand scheme of the 2026 Major League Baseball season, in an early April contest between the Guardians and Royals, that was on Monday of this week. Uh, uh, of this week doesn't register especially uh, significant, but for Jose Ramirez, which was on a chilly Monday night this past week at Progressive Field, meant history. While in a 4-2 defeat, which they lost on that Monday night game, Monday night, against a divisional foe, wouldn't have been the preferred script. The the completed contest ensured a new reality. Ramirez is the all-time leader in games played for for the Cleveland baseball franchise, having played in his 1,620th game with only one major league team he has ever known. The third baseman now stands alone in franchise lore, passing previous record holder Terry Turner, who also appeared in 1,619 games for Cleveland across 15 seasons from 1904 to 1918. The milestone also makes Ramirez the only active player to hold the title of games uh, played leader for a franchise. Turner's claim to fame was popularizing the head first slide base running technique that more than a century later few players utilize more frequently than the man who just seized it. Seized Turner's long-standing record for more than a decade. Ramirez has bounced around major league base paths with breathtaking confidence, turning singles into doubles and doubles into triples, and surpassing bags with a delightful blend of baseball IQ and bravado. Turner, too, racked up his fair share of steals during his lengthy tenure, but the similarities between the two and there Turner stuck around forever on the basis of his speed and defense in an era when all around dynamism was rare. His most notable statistical achievement is a staggering career of 268 sacrifice bunts. Ramirez, meanwhile, uh, is the is one of the most complete ball players of his generation, a full-blown star on both sides of the ball, who continues to climb ever every other leaderboard the Cleveland franchise has to offer. At the conclusion of the fifth inning on Monday of this week, with the game considered official, the Guardians held a brief ceremony to celebrate Ramirez. He took the field alone as the scoreboard proclaimed him his achievement, and uh, then was awarded the third base bag and an appropriate tribute, to the area on the diamond where he has spent so much of his life. One of his 1,620 games, played 1,160 have been starts at third. He has also stolen the bag 45 times, a healthy portion of the 289 swipes he has tallied in his career, which ranks second in franchise history behind only Indians great center fielder Kenny Lofton back in 1995. There to give Ramirez the base was Guardians' first base coach, Sandy Alomar Jr., another popular stalwart of the Guardian of Cleveland baseball, who racked up 985 games played with the franchise. He is one of the coaches that has been here the longest, Ramirez said post game through interpreter Agustin Riviero. So it's very special that he was the one who was there. Across the field, with a divisional game on the line in a 1-1 tie this past Monday, the Royals dugout also paused to applaud Ramirez's achievement. Standing on top of the step was manager Matt uh, Quattrero, who wholly familiar with Ramirez not only as a primary opponent as the Kansas City skipper the past 4 years, but also from his time as a hitting coach with Cleveland from 2014 to 2017, just as Ramirez' ascent to stardom was beginning. His confidence in himself, Quattrero said, pregame of what stood out about Ramirez. So said pregame of what stood out about Ramirez early in his career, as well as the current version. He's now tasked with slowing down several times a year. His brief that he is belief that he can help his team win on any given night. Excuse me. The Guardians were not able to take 2 out of 3 out the St. Louis Cardinals today, as they were defeated. They lost one. As they lost 5-3 today to the St. Louis Cardinals. They jumped out to the early 1-0 lead. They jumped out to the early 1-0 lead. In the Actually, before I get to that, to recapping it, let me tell you who was on the mound. It was Sione who was on the mound today for the Tribe. It was Slade Sione who was on the mound for the Guardians today. Excuse me. He went 4 innings, gave up 1 hit. He went 4 innings, gave up 3 hits. Excuse me. Gave up 1 run, had 5 beats of bat, struck out 4, and then Bragdon came on, and then he went 1 inning, gave up 2 hits, had 3 earned runs, and 1 beat at bat. Tim Herron came on, I think in the bottom of the 8th. He went just half an inning, gave up 1 hit, and had 1 beat at bat. And in the 9th, Mike Fiesta came on, and he had, let's see what that name is. Matt Fiesta, excuse me, and he gave up for these. So he came on half an inning in the 9th. Herron came on the top. Fiesta came on the 9th, and the bottom of the 9th, and Fiesta gave up 3 hits, 1 earned run, and had 3 strikeouts. The Guardians had the early 1-0 lead in the first. Kyle Mazzarri had a single uh, to center field. Jose Ramirez scores. It was 1-0, and then George Valera called out and strikes. It stayed 1-0 until the bottom of the third, and Nolan German pops out to second base cut to the bottom of the third. It stayed 1-0 until I think it was Pedro Pages singles to left. It was the bottom of the second. Advances to second. Nathan Church scores. It was tied at 1. It stayed 1-1 until the top of the sixth. JJ Weatherholder out on a sacrifice fly to a deep center field. Chase DeLauder to Victor Scott to second. Nathan Church to third. Mason Wynn scores. It was 2-1. And then Alec Burleson singles to center field. Ivan Hera to third. Victor Scott scores. Nathan Church scores. It was 4-1. And the Bo Naylor in the top of the Bo Naylor doubles to deep right center field. Daniel Sheeman scores. Ray Socket scores. It was 4-3. Rocchio grounds out to shortstop. Mason win to Alec Burleson. And then things did not get any better. But Nathan Church doubles to right field. Ruben Guerrero scores. It was 5-3. And the Guardians were not able to score in the eighth or the ninth inning. And basically, that did it. And that they fall to 10-9 in the season. And 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 they are 10-9, and they are still. Let me look here. Oh, come on. They are now in second place in the AL Central with 10-9. Minnesota is in first with a record of 11-8, and the oh damn it, you son of a bitch! The Guardians will be back in action tomorrow night at 6:10 when they take on the Baltimore Orioles at Progressive Field, and and the it will be Parker Messick will be on the hill for the Guardians with a record of 2-0 and an ERA of 0.51. And Shane Bass for the Orioles will be on the hill for the Orioles. He has a record of 0-1, ERA of 4.50. You can see the game on Guardians TV, and you can also hear it on the radio home of the Guardians, WTAM 1100 on the sister station 100.7 WMMS. And we'll get to and right now we're going to quickly get to the MLB scoreboard. Excuse me. We will get to the MLB scoreboard. We have 4 games going on right now. Actually, 3 games going on right now. In the top of the 5th, it's tied at 2 between the Texas Rangers and the Oakland and the Athletics, and with no outs. And in the top of the 5th, with 1 out, the Seattle Mariners are up on the San Diego Padres 4-0. And the other game going on in Los Angeles at Dodger Stadium between the Mets and the Dodgers. The Dodgers are up in the bottom of the 3rd, up 2-0 with 2 outs. The Arizona Diamondbacks beat the Baltimore Orioles at Camden Yards in Baltimore. The final in 10 innings, 8-5. You already know St. Louis beat the Guardians 5-3. The Boston Red Sox beat the Minnesota uh, Twins 9-5 at Target Field in Minneapolis. Uh, the Detroit Lions beat the Kansas City Royals at 2-1 at Comerica Park in Detroit. The Cincinnati Reds at their home field in Cincinnati beat the San Francisco Giants 8-3. The Chicago Cubs all over the Philadelphia Phillies in Philly, 11-2 today. Philadelphia, not a good outing for them. The Pittsburgh Pirates beat the Washington Nationals 2-0 at their home field in Pittsburgh. I think it was at the home field in Pittsburgh. The New York Yankees beat the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim at Yankee Stadium 5-4. The Atlanta Braves beat the Miami Marlins in Atlanta 6-3. The Tampa Bay Rays beat the Chicago White Sox at Comiskey Park in Chicago 8-3. And the Milwaukee Brewers in Milwaukee beat Toronto 2-1. And the Colorado Rockies the Houston Astros beat the Colorado Rockies in Houston at Minute Maid Field in Houston 3-1. So that's your MLB scoreboard for today. We're going to get to the play-in tournament and the CAVS in just a moment. But right now, it is time to reveal the answer to today's Scott Sports 101 trivia question. Who was the first Major League Baseball player to hit a home run from both sides of the plate in the same inning? If you said Carlos Baerga, you are correct. Carlos Baerga on April 8, 1993, at Cleveland Municipal Stadium against New York Yankees pitchers Steve Howe and Steve Farr. The switch hitting Baerga belted 2 home runs in the 7th inning, on one from each side of the plate, excuse me. And I'll have another trivia question on my next podcast, so stay tuned for that. Well, moving on to the play-in tournament right now. In the second quarter in LA, the Clippers are up by 1, 39-38, with 7:01 to go in the second quarter. And the final, and the Philadelphia 76ers beat the Orlando Magic 109-97. That's your play-in tournament update. Now moving on to the CAVS. The CAVS have wrapped up the NBA regular season with a win over the Washington Wizards this past Sunday. The Cavs hold the number 4 seed in the playoffs, and we now know who the Cavs will be playing in the first round of the NBA playoffs. They will play the Toronto Raptors beginning on Saturday at 1 p.m. at Rocket Arena. And you can see those games on Amazon Prime, NBC Peacock, and on ESPN. Well, this feels like a favorable matchup for the Cavs to move from one step closer to their goals. Excuse me. There are still strengths that Toronto can provide that can make things difficult for Cleveland. The Cavaliers cannot take Toronto lightly, but there are definitely big ways they can defeat them. Simply put, the Cavs are the better team, but you can argue the Cavaliers were the better team and still lost last year too early in the postseason. So being the better team doesn't always lead to success. Here are the 3 most important keys to the Cavaliers taking care of business in round 1. Number 1, don't make a habit of turning the ball over. Okay, so this may seem obvious, but Toronto's biggest strategy is creating more possessions. The Raptors led the league as a team in fast break points this season at 18.9 per game. The Raptors will try their best to speed the game up on Cleveland and make things as difficult as possible for Cleveland. Crash the glass. Piggybacking off my last point, one thing the Cavs must do is take full advantage of second chance opportunities. Cleveland was 17th in transition defense this season. So if Jared Allen and Evan Mobley can keep the ball with the Cavs offense, then this will be a long series for Toronto. That's number two. Now the final key, important key, to take for the Cavs to take care of business and move on to round two. Take full advantage of Emmanuel Quickly's injury. It was reported yesterday that the Raptors guard is battling a hamstring issue, while the Raptors do have a week off to get ready for the Cavs and have Quickly getting treatment with this injury issue, and also reportedly battling plantar uh, uh, fasciitis. Donovan Mitchell and James Harden should take full advantage. Also of note, when the Raptors faced the top 15 offenses this season without quickly on the floor, excuse me, they were outscored 171 points. So if Quickly is not able to take the floor in this series, the Cavaliers will have even more of an advantage. If the Cavaliers can do these things, then this series will be a stepping stone as they head to the conference semifinals. The second round has been their Achilles heel the last two seasons. We all know what the Cavs' goal, what the we all know what the goal for the Cavaliers uh, is this postseason, and this is their chance to do just that. And hopefully we can win this series. And I am my prediction is Cavs in six. All right, moving on to the Browns and the NFL draft. Uh, and we really I feel they still need to take wide receiver Carnell Tate from Ohio State with the number 6 pick, and then with the 24th pick, they need to take an offensive lineman. And the Browns are reportedly ahead of the 2026 NFL draft. The Browns have a focus on strengthening their offense ahead of the upcoming season, with the NFL draft expected to be a promising one, a promising to bring in a promising wide receiver. According to NFL draft analyst Matt Harmon, fourth place AFC North team could be targeting Carnell Tate out of Ohio State. At wide receiver, I think it's Carnell Tate. He's got the seventh best success rate that I've charted versus man coverage since the 2021 draft class. He stated via 92.3 The Fan, this is a guy who you can say fits all 32 NFL offenses. And that is absolutely true. Um, with veteran Judy, who led the team with 90 receptions in 2024 alongside Cedric Tillman and Jamal Thrash, the Browns further bolstered their wide receiver depth by signing Tylen Wallace and DeAndre Carter this offseason, and Tate could be the piece that elevates their wide receiver unit. The 21-year-old has played in 39 games with 26 stats over 3 seasons at Ohio State, tallying 121 receptions, 1,872 yards, and 14 touchdowns, putting him firmly in the mix as a potential top 10 pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. With the number 6 overall pick, Harmon projects the Browns to select Tate, whom also views highly, describing him as uh, uh, essentially as aesthetically pleasing. I mean, he is one of the most authentic, athletic, athletically pleasing players to watch catch the football. I can remember over the last few draft classes, because not only does again he statistically have a 0 drops on the season, great contested catch rate, but just the way he attacks the football away from the frame, he said about the first team All Big Ten wide receiver. The Browns could land a top tier wide receiver for their offense if they select Tate. However, other wide receiver prospects are also projected as potential fits for the team. And Jordan Tyson and Omar Cooper Jr. are those potential targets for the team alongside Carnell Tate, noted on the team's official website. And Tyson recorded 61 receptions for Arizona State, saw 71 catches and uh, 10 TDs, earning first team All Big 12 honors. Meanwhile, owner Omar Cooper Jr. has 115 receptions for 1,798 yards on 22 touchdowns in over 42 games for Indiana. So both Tyson and Cooper could fit well with the Browns alongside Tate. Now it's a matter of who they choose on draft day. So we'll see on draft day when it kicks off at 8 o'clock on ESPN. And there's been so many mock drafts, and they do need to take an offensive lineman in this draft. So we will see who they take. And the quarterback situation is still a question because I know nobody's going to want to see Watson, and because who knows if he's going to be healthy or not, and if his Achilles is going to be healthy. So we'll see. They're trying to develop Sanders and Gabriel. We will see. So and that's just about going to wrap it up for this edition of Scott Sports 101. I'll be back with another podcast this weekend or sometime next week. But until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day in every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1. I'm done.